Big news. This is really big news. College football is crazy. You never know what's going to happen from one moment to the next. But on Friday, going into a holiday weekend, suddenly the college football playoff announced, oh, yeah, by the way, we're also going to a 12-team college football playoff. We don't know exactly what year it will start. A couple of years from now seems to be the most likely, maybe 2026. We'll find out exactly when that playoff is going to begin. It immediately unleashes a lot of opinions. But why would college football not have done this in the middle of the summer when there's nothing going on and everybody is desperate for sports news? Instead, they step all over their opening weekend of games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and tonight, which I love, the 5-day opening weekend of college football. But I love the 12-teamer. This is such a ridiculous way to announce it. They should have announced it months ago in the middle of the summer if they had any kind of scheduling plans at all. Here's why I like it. Every sport has found that expanding how many teams make the playoff encourages fans of teams to stay engaged. All sports are in an intensely competitive environment right now. Never before have you been able to watch more new shows at the tips of your fingers on so many different streaming devices, on so many different programming options in general. So when you have so many different options, you need to be engaged. You need to feel like there are some stakes at play. And the more often you can believe that your team still has a chance to win a championship, the more you will stay engaged with the season. Major League Baseball, the NFL, the NHL, I believe, although I'm not a big enough of a knowledgeable fan. Certainly college football, college basketball on some level is likely to do this. The NBA, all of them have been experimenting or extending the number of teams that are going to make their playoffs. I think going to 12 is a great idea because for many programs, by the time you get to the midway point of the season, by the time you get to halfway through October, if your team is sitting at 4-2 in October, as often is the case for many teams, you could still finish 10-2, but you have almost no chance to make the college football playoff with 2 losses, by and large, when there's only 4 teams out there. When you get to mid-October, if there are 12 teams making the playoff, everybody in the top 25 feels like their team can make the playoff. And even probably 10 or 15 teams outside of the top 25 feel like they can make the playoff. And so I believe this is going to be a boon for the overall landscape of college football. Top 4 teams will get buys, so there still will be a substantial incentive to be able to avoid that opening round game. The opening round games will be played in college stadiums, which will be fantastic, at the higher seeded team. So 5 will host 12, 6 will host 11. You'll have 7 hosting 8, right? Am I going to fall apart here? 4, 5, 6. 6 will host 11. And 7 will host 8. I think I got that right. If I messed that up, the 4 teams outside of the top 4, so 5, 6, 7, and 8 will all host home games, right? So you'll end up with a real advantage that is being put into play there. I don't think it will devalue the regular season because I don't think people are going to not care whether their team beats a rival. Yes, there may be a repeat, but that's not guaranteed, and it won't happen that often. And beating your rival will still be a huge deal. So I think this is the right side of the equation for college football to be on. I am a big proponent of the 12-team playoff. I asked you out there to vote in my poll. Were you in favor of a 12-team playoff? 76% of you said that you were. Let me look at those most recent numbers. Tens of thousands of you voted in that poll, and I want to make sure that I get these numbers right. But tons of you were in favor of the college football playoff. Obviously, I tweeted a lot during the course of the games on Saturday, so I got to scroll all the way down. And it seems quite clear that there is a substantial demand out there. 26,000 of you voted, and 76% of you agree with 12 in the college football playoff as opposed to 4, with only 24% of the support.